All right, shalom, shalom. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call on Yahweh, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. All right, I want to start this lesson. It's entitled "Women Should Not Be at the Camps." Okay, and this is a lightweight response to this whole adultery scandal that you have at the IUIC, and it's also something that I want to kind of briefly go into, if the spirit allows, something that Elder Menat Zakba did a lesson on. Basically talking about, basically to summarize it from what I got from it, this truth ain't really necessarily all family friendly. This truth ain't like a a family affair, so to speak. All right. So let's go into this now. What is that saying? That ain't saying that, the children can't worship Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, women can't worship the Lord. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there's a lot of things that the prophets do that's not going to include the whole family. The whole family's not going to be around while we out on the highways and byways prophesying. And let's just go into the precepts I have lined up. Okay, the first precept I got is Ecclesiasticus. Okay, chapter 9, verse 9. Let me see what happens when I click this link. Okay, now this is just an audio lesson only. Sirach, or Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 9, says, "Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction." Okay, so this is, telling you right here, advice, basically something you can live by, like a law, okay? Sit not at all with another man's wife. Now, in this truth, you have women that ask questions. We've had women come up to the camps, and the orderly thing to do, at some point is to ask the woman if she has a husband, all right, and try to encourage her to get him to come up to the camp. We've had women come up and, come up multiple times to the camp, and eventually the Spirit had us tell her, look, you don't need to be out here, okay? This is a battlefield, and just, even single women, we would tell them eventually, hey, you don't need to be out here. You need to, just watch the videos at home. You say something on the comment board, things of that nature. Okay, that's typically how we would play it. Okay, because this is like we said, it's a battlefield. Okay, spiritual warfare that we're fighting, and there's no place for women. You'll see camps. Salaki, my phone done locked on me, but it looks like it's still recording. You'll see a camp out there, all right, and you'll see a woman with a head wrap not far from the camp, okay? And, a lot of times, I'll see this with Adam Abbott, those be the men's wives, man. They wives be out there with their head wraps on and they little camping chairs, all right? And they be sitting back there with the little kids, man, all right? And this ain't no place for you to be having your women around. Now, now understanding, too, okay, the flesh is weak, okay? It's not really orderly, to have, if women are going to be around, it should not be a loose thing. It should be a very tight-knit, a very, we just have to keep them in straightly, but they're not supposed to be around, okay? For order's sake, man, especially the times we're living in with this increasing wickedness, okay? And ultimately, men are subject to the beauty of a woman, so to speak, okay? Let's read this. Ecclesiastes 36:22 says, "The beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance, and a man loveth nothing better." You see? So, the beauty of a woman, makes a man, it cheers his countenance. It makes a man happy, okay? A lot of men fall in love with the appearance of a woman, okay? There's a reason why there's a song that say, "Never trust a big butt in the snout," because, you might see a woman, and there you go. All right. There's even another one I didn't pull up, but it tells you, "Gaze not upon the maid, lest thou be taken with the things that be precious in her." The more you look at a woman, the more you notice things about her that you might like or that the flesh might like. And this is why it's just best to not be around women like that. Okay, let's get this. And I'll make this quick, Lord willing, through the Spirit. Ecclesiastes 42:12 says, "Behold not everybody's beauty, and sit not in the midst of women." Okay. It says, and 42:12, hopefully I said that properly. Ecclesiastes 42:12. Let's go down and read verse 13. For from garments cometh a moth, and from women wickedness. All right, so it's telling you not not to sit in the midst of women, because wickedness coming from women. And if any of you women out there who are able to admit the truth, okay, a lot of these women are grimy. A lot of these women are evil. They're hateful. They're despiteful. They hate. They're jealous. All right, and they do conniving evil shit. All right, to try to get at other women and try to hurt women. There's women out there who their whole life is just how can they hurt you? They're just bitter. What can they do to ruin somebody else's life? They got demons on them. All right, so you have to understand that. Okay, women are some of the most wicked people on the earth. Where you have to acknowledge that. All right, from wickedness. Let's read that again. Okay, behold not. And this is Ecclesiasticus 42:12. Behold not everybody's beauty, and sit not in the midst of women. Why does it say don't sit in the midst of women? For from garments cometh a moth, and from women wickedness. Now let's read this next one. Better is the churlishness of a man than a courteous woman. A woman, I say, which bringeth shame and reproach. Yeah, you're right, because you got some women who will be courteous to you, all right, but meanwhile, what they're secretly, they have an agenda. Okay, you got a woman who they'll connive against you. They'll look at you and they'll use their smile and their body and their comeliness to trick you, man. All right, Cardi B used to do it to people in the club. She would get them to like her. She would drug them. Am I still recording? Yeah. All right. And let's get down to this one right here. Right. So just beware of that niceness, that courteousness of a woman. All right. She might be trying to give you a drink, and you might got a Molly in that damn thing. 1 Corinthians 14:34 says, let your woman keep silence in the churches. You let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. Right. So let's continue. And if they will, but that speaks for itself. Okay. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for women to speak in the church. Okay. So it was a shameful thing for a woman to speak in the church. Okay. Because why? Because, man, hey, man, I'll never forget, man. I used to, I used to be at this church, man. I used to go to this church, and there was this older woman. Okay, she was like my age, a beautiful young lady, and she used to want to help out the youth dance crew, and she would wear these outfits where her body parts would be dangling and jiggling and bouncing, and I would see the old men in the back with their mouths agape, wide open, looking like, oh, that's nice. Meanwhile, this young lady had a man. She had a boyfriend. All right. So, man, it's just certain things that are out of order. All right. That don't need to be done. Okay. And women should not be, in these, they shouldn't be. Look, it has to be a very strict situation. But as the report of the elders goes, it didn't work out. In the old school, in the Connecticut school, it just didn't work. And Apostle Hart had to cut it out through the Spirit. No women allowed. Okay, because why? Eventually, that wickedness is going to creep up in there, and it's just best for them to not be there. And we seeing it with IUIC. So, like I said, I just want to keep that quick into the Spirit. Till next time, hey, shalom.